Hi, and welcome to Second Coming of Unbelief. Please excuse the mess in the background. I have not found a studio yet or fixed up a regular place to make videos, and I want to begin posting content. So this will be video one. Um, and my very first question is, what is it that makes humans different from chickens and fish? Now, and the answer I've come to is that chickens and fish don't really care why things happen or how things happen, and humans very much care why. Children are always asking, "Why, mommy? Why?" Or "How did this happen?" I can't speak fish language, I can't speak chicken language, but I'm assuming that fish and chicken don't really care why. What is the most important thing to them? And to humans, we want to know why. Um, and so we make up stories. We've made up stories for millennia. Okay? Uh, why do we have four seasons? Because Hades captured Persephone. Why do we have glaciers and deserts? Because Phaeton took Dad's chariot out for a ride and couldn't control the horses. Um, how does the sun rise every morning? Oh, that's Apollo driving his chariot. If you live in Taiwan, why is there a rabbit in the moon? And I don't know the answer right off, but it's not a man in the moon here, it's a rabbit in the moon. And why is there a flat plain near Turtle Island that gives us Elan County? And there's a myth to explain that. So before, when people stopped being other species and became Homo sapiens, um, we didn't write, and we didn't go to school, and we didn't have science. And kids would ask, "Mommy, why? Daddy, why?" And big people don't like to tell little people, "I don't know." They just don't like to say that. And they would make up stories. Um, and I say this in jest, but it would seem to me that the proto whatever language word for I don't know is God. Yes, I say that in jest. Um, but that's the reality of it. Everything we couldn't directly observe, we blamed on this God, that God, some other God. Okay? Um, and it would appear that God caused bad weather events because we didn't see any other reason observable to us. God made earthquakes. Um, God made rains to fall, and sometimes the rains didn't fall. And that was all God's doing. Okay? We didn't understand why, and there had to be something bigger and wiser than us that understood why. Okay? Now, sometimes tragedy befell good people, and bad people got away scot free with doing some awful things, were never punished for it. Um, and we love our family. We love Dad. We love Grandpa, and they're not here anymore, but we miss them. And we want to talk to them, and we want to feel their presence, even though they're not here anymore. And so we talk to them, and we, for lack of a better word, we pray to Dad and Grandma and our heroes that did valiant deeds in the past. And uh, we've always been able to deal with our emotional pain by talking to our dead relatives and dead heroes. Um, in the West, in 2024, there's a very clear black and white dividing line between what is divine and what is human. But I live in Taiwan, and here in Asia, there is no clear dividing line. It's a very hazy, fuzzy concept because all of the local gods in Taiwan have backstories as to when they were human and what they did when they were human and how they became gods. And so it's a completely different way of thinking than in the West. Um, the gods here are heroes and ancestors. Now, Dan McClellan, in one of his videos on Data Over Dogma, uh, made a very valid point that when people see or sense the unknown, um, it's better for evolutionary um, survival. And so some people began to believe in God. God, there has to be something to help us make sense of what we can't see. Therefore, God. Belief in the existence of a supreme being is there because we wish there to be a God. Therefore, he exists. And it's very convenient to blame the latest blizzard that dropped 2.5 feet of snow and shut down transportation on God. Dozens of people froze to death. God let things happen for a lesson. And so, to me, God is whoever we choose him to be. He looks like us, he thinks like us, he acts like us. We like to eat, and so we give God food. We like to drink. Many of us like to drink wine or alcohol, and so we offer the gods wine and alcohol. Here in Taiwan, we like to see naked girls dancing, and so on special holidays, naked girls dance for the gods. The gods, we've never seen gods, and the only way we can understand God is to say God is like us. We like it, He likes it. Okay. Um, part of belief also has to do with things that we're afraid of. We assume that if God is happy, good things happen, and that if God is unhappy, bad things will happen. And this goes for any occurrence that we can't see a physical cause for. Okay? Um, I have a lot more to say, but I'm going to leave it for a second time. Thank you for watching, and as soon as I'm able, I will have a different background, and you don't have to see the clutter in my back room. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to ask any questions that you may have. And I'll see you in the next video.